What is the thing we don't talk about in your family? The summer I turned 10, my parents finally saved enough for our dream vacation. They'd been putting away $20 here, $50 there, for 3 years. Dad kept a mason jar on his dresser where he'd drop his spare change. Mom clipped every coupon and skipped her weekly coffee runs. This was going to be it. 2 weeks driving cross-country, hitting every landmark we'd circled in those 8AA guidebooks. The Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, Mount Rushmore, all of it. First day started perfect. Dad loaded our ancient Honda with military precision. Cooler in back, snacks organized by day, route mapped out with red pen on paper atlases. Mom wore her new sunglasses and kept taking pictures of everything, even the highway signs. My little sister Emma bounced in her booster seat asking, "Are we there yet?" before we'd even left our neighborhood. I had my Game Boy and a stack of comics. Life was good. Somewhere outside Kansas City, everything changed. Dad missed the exit. Simple mistake. Happens to everyone. But Mom's voice got that edge to it. "I told you to watch for the sign 20 miles back." I was watching. Dad said quietly, "You were the one with the map." The temperature in that car dropped 10 degrees. What started as directions quickly became something else entirely. 3 years of financial stress, overtime shifts, and sacrifice came pouring out at 70 miles per hour. "Maybe if you'd listened when I said we couldn't afford this," Mom hissed. "Right, because I'm the one who insisted on the fancy hotel in Denver," Dad shot back. Emma stopped bouncing. I turned off my Game Boy. For the next 4 hours, we drove in complete silence. Not the comfortable quiet of a family road trip, but the suffocating silence of two people who'd said things they couldn't take back. At the hotel that night, they kept arguing. Hushed, angry whispers through thin walls while Emma and I pretended to sleep. She crawled into my bed around midnight, shaking. "Are they getting divorced?" she whispered. I didn't know what to say. I was 10. The rest of the trip felt like we were all walking on eggshells. Dad drove with white knuckles. Mom stared out the passenger window for hundreds of miles. We still saw the Grand Canyon, still took the pictures, but nobody was really there. Emma tried to break the tension with jokes and songs. I attempted normal kid complaints about being bored or hungry. Nothing worked. Our parents had disappeared somewhere in Kansas and been replaced by these hollow versions of themselves. The drive home was worse. 800 miles of radio static and fast food eaten in parking lots because sitting together in restaurants felt too intimate, too much like a family that wasn't broken. A week after we got home, they sat us down in the living room, the same room where we'd spread out all those travel brochures months earlier, dreaming about our adventure. "Your mom and I have decided to separate," Dad said. Emma started crying immediately. I just nodded like I understood, like I'd been expecting it. Mom moved out 2 months later. Dad kept the house but took down all the family photos. The pictures from our trip went into a shoebox in the closet, along with the unused hotel reservations and unvisited attraction tickets. That was 15 years ago. Emma and I are adults now. Dad remarried someone nice. Mom lives across town with her boyfriend. We all get along fine at holidays and birthdays, but we never talk about that trip. Not the Grand Canyon at sunset, not Emma's excitement at seeing real buffalo, not the silly roadside attractions we stopped at. It's like those 2 weeks never happened. Sometimes I'll see a travel commercial or a family loading up their car for vacation, and I remember how hopeful we all were that first morning, how Mom packed extra film for her camera because she didn't want to miss anything. The thing is, that trip didn't break my parents' marriage. It just revealed the cracks that were already there. But admitting that would mean admitting we all saw it coming, and nobody wants to carry that weight, so we don't talk about it. We talk about everything else, all the good memories from before and after, but never those 2 weeks when our family fell apart at 70 miles per hour somewhere between Kansas City and our dreams.